And not a minute, probably a minute and a half after I sent Pierre that tweet, Pierre responded to me that, Lemieux has been enjoying himself, after that big payday that he got when he fought Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. And now David Lemieux lost to Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, as the world of boxing knows him. But Lemieux has been on a 3-fight winning streak since that loss. So I sent Pierre that tweet and said that David Lemieux, what's up with Lemieux? He looks like a fat boy. So not 2 minutes after I sent that tweet, David Lemieux catches Curtis Stevens with a beautiful, beautiful check left hook. One hitter quitter. Knocked Curtis Stevenson cold out. Stevenson was asleep on the canvas, man. Stevens didn't wake up until daylight savings time, man. Like, he woke up, another day. And I had to send Pierre another tweet and say, oh, but the fat boy can punch. So I apologize to you, David Lemieux. In shape, out of shape, brother, you still can punch. Lemieux improves to 37-3 with 33 knockouts. Curtis Stevens falls to 29-6 with 21 knockouts. And I hope that brother is okay, man, because David Lemieux knocked Curtis Stevens into another tax bracket. Knocked him into another year. Now, he didn't knock him into another year, but he knocked him smooth out. So, man, shout out to the world of boxing, man. Speaking of boxing, man, did you see Joey Logano and Kurt Busch? Those two guys, man, if you're a NASCAR fan, Joey Logano and Kurt Busch, it was a race in Las Vegas over the weekend. And Joey Logano and Kurt Busch got into it after the race. And the race was going on in Las Vegas, man, at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Cobalt 400. And apparently Joey Logano cut off Kurt Busch. So after the race, they got into it, man. More boxing. I thought I was done with boxing. More boxing between Joey Logano and Kurt Busch, leaving Kurt Busch bloodied. Now, you can just Google Joey Logano, Kurt Busch. You can see that Kurt Busch was lumped up. He needs to take some boxing lessons from David Lemieux. So, yeah, man, NASCAR is Poppington. Boxing is Poppington. The NBA is Poppington. The NFL free agency period is Poppington. Also, over the weekend, man, you had your conference tournament finals, man. Shout out to two champions from right here in Durham, North Carolina, man. Head coach Lavelle Moton and the North Carolina Central Eagles, winners of the regular season MEAC championship and also winners of the conference championship in the MEAC. Yo, man, shout out to Coach Vale, man. They are going dancing. Second time in school history, the North Carolina Central Eagles are going to the big dance. They will be playing Tuesday in Dayton, Ohio, taking on UC Davis. Also, shout out to the Duke Blue Devils, doing something that hasn't been done in ACC history, man. Coach K, the Duke Blue Devils won 4 games in 4 days, knocked off their rival North Carolina in the semifinals, and knocked off the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to win the ACC championship. They are going dancing as well, man. Got other teams going dancing in the state of North Carolina. We're going to talk more about the NCAA bracketology, man. It's March Madness, dog. It's bracketology, baby. We're going to take this commercial break. We're going to pay some bills. You're listening to the All Things Sport Podcast. I am your host, Damian Banks. Don't go anywhere. Come right back. It's ATS, baby, on Spreaker Radio.
What up, this is Pierre Banks, and when I'm back in Boone watching the Mountaineers, my first stop is always Mountaineer Mania. The good folks at Mountaineer Mania have the widest selection of app gear, so you can cheer on the Mountaineers in style. T-shirts, hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, decals, cornhole sets. I mean, if you need it, they've got it. So head on down to Mountaineer Mania at 497 West King Street in Boone and tell them I sent you.
What you ain't heard?
Somebody done told you wrong, punk.
It's the All Things Sport Podcast with Damian Banks and Pierre Banks.
Latifah, party's right here.
On Spreaker Radio.
Welcome back to the All Things Sport Podcast. Again, I am your host, Damian Banks, broadcasting to you from Banks Boy Studios in Durham, North Carolina. Follow your boy on Instagram and Twitter at Sports by Damian, SportsBydamion, or simply go to my website, banksboy.com, download all the podcasts, all the YouTube channel stuff, all the blogs. Fill your sports media heart, man, with banksboy.com. Now, this portion of the All Things Sport Podcast is brought to you by Triangle Entertainment Worldwide. Triangle Entertainment Worldwide and its CEO, Gerald Robinson, can help aspiring artists reach their full potential. If you are a recording artist, a musician, a dancer, a poet, whatever you do artistically, Triangle Entertainment Worldwide can help you. They provide services such as video and photo shoot production, talent management consultation, label shopping, performance bookings, CD duplication and artwork, Reverb Nation services, logo designs, press kit creations, bio write-ups, legal services, radio placements, product placements, mixtape hostings, and a whole assortment of other services. If you think that Triangle Entertainment Worldwide can help you, well, let them help you. Call 704-774-6212 or log on to the website www.teworldwide.com. Again, that phone number is 704-774-6212 or go to the website www.teworldwide.com. Gerald Robinson is the CEO, and I think he can help you reach your full potential. Triangle Entertainment Worldwide. Let them help you. Tell them Sports by Damian sent you. All right, man. We talked about so much in the first segment. NASCAR, NFL, NBA, boxing. Before we went to the break, I talked a little bit about March Madness. It's that time of the year. The brackets are set, man. You haven't filled out your brackets yet, so they're not busted as of yet. But the brackets are out. The NCAA Tournament starts tomorrow. And I got to congratulate again all the teams from the state of North Carolina that made the tournament. North Carolina Central University head coach Lavelle Moten and the North Carolina Central Eagles, winners of the regular season as well as the conference tournament, MEAC champions. Shout out to Coach Vale, man. He has the Central program rolling right now. Also, the Duke Blue Devils, they won the ACC tournament. They are in the field of 68. Also, head coach Roy Williams and his UNC Tar Heels, they made the tournament, always making the tournament, the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils. Wake Forest University is back in the tournament. Shout out to head coach Danny Manning, has the Demon Deacons back in the tournament. And also from the state of North Carolina, head coach Kevin Keats and the UNC Wilmington Seahawks, winners of the CAA conference. They are in the field of 68 as well. This is basketball country, and we know how to play round ball around these parts. Myself, I was a football player growing up, but yeah, of course I can play basketball too, man, because I'm a well-rounded sports individual. I liken my basketball game to a little bit of Rod the God Strickland. Look him up. Do your Google search. I had handles like Rod Strickland. My jump shot was like Steve Nash, / Kyrie Irving. And my post-up game was similar to Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. I had a lot of game, man. I could have went, D1 in basketball, man, but I chose to do the football thing, man, because I was so aggressive, man. I gotta keep it on the gridiron. But this is basketball country, man, and the NCAA tournament is upon us. It's happening right now. It's Poppington. Now, the number one seeds were Villanova, last year's NCAA champion, Kansas, UNC, and Gonzaga. I know, man. Gonzaga is the number one seed. Gonzaga are winners of the West Coast Conference. Head coach Mark Few has the Bulldogs at a number one seed. Nigel Williams-Goss is their best player. And Przemek Karnowski, their 7-footer, he mans the paint for the Bulldogs, man. Gonzaga had a great year. Winners of the West Coast regular season. Also winners of the West Coast Conference tournament. So Gonzaga, new to the number 1 seed, but they look to make waves in this season's NCAA tournament. Now, the UNC Tar Heels, you know head coach Roy Williams and the Tar Heels, they do what they do. Winners of the ACC regular season, they didn't win the conference tournament. They were knocked off by rival Duke in the semifinals. But ACC Player of the Year, Justin Jackson, and if you ask me, their most important player, Joel Berry II, they look to make a deep run in March for the Tar Heels. Joel Berry II, or Joel Berry II, as many Tar Heel fans like to correct me, they are in a predicament where Joel Berry can't get in foul trouble. Joel Berry got in foul trouble in the semifinal game against Duke, and UNC had a double-digit lead when Berry got in foul trouble. Duke erased that lead so fast. They were up like 13, the Tar Heels were, over the Blue Devils, and I turned the TV. I turned the TV back, and Duke was up by 3. I'm like, what in the hell happened? How did UNC blow that lead? So I look on the bench, and Joel Berry is twisting his afro. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. The Tar Heels need Joel Berry to stay out of foul trouble because that guy can play, and he is the captain of their ship. He runs the show. He's an extension of Roy Williams. The Tar Heels were pounding the Blue Devils in the paint, getting whatever they wanted, in that first half, and they pretty much controlled the game until Joel Berry got in foul trouble. So the Tar Heels have a number 1 seed. If they want to make it to a Final Four and possibly play for a national championship, Joel Berry has to stay out of foul trouble. Now, speaking of guards, the Kansas Jayhawks, head coach Bill Self, their number 1 seed, they also lost in their conference tournament. The Jayhawks were upset by TCU. Now, the Jayhawks have 2 fantastic guards. Player of the Year in the Big 12, Frank Jackson, and also Raleigh native Devontae Graham. Now, Jackson, they need Frank Jackson to play well. They need Devontae Graham to play well. But I think the X factor for the Jayhawks is going to be freshman Justin Jackson. No, not ACC Player of the Year Justin Jackson, who plays for the Tar Heels, but Justin Jackson of the same name who plays for the Jayhawks. Justin Jackson was suspended for the first game of the Big 12 tournament for some off-the-court transgressions, and that cost his team. Justin Jackson is a hell of a player out of Michigan, out of Detroit, Michigan. He has to play for the Kansas Jayhawks to make any noise in the NCAA tournament. Now, interestingly enough, the Kansas Jayhawks will play the winner of the matchup between North Carolina Central and UC Davis. I'm picking, if you stay with me for a couple minutes in my last segment of the show, I'm going to pick North Carolina Central to go to the Final Four. That's my Cinderella team. Yeah. I'm a little bit biased. It's a homer pick, but I don't care. I don't give a damn. I'm riding with North Carolina Central and head coach LaVelle Moton, but I digress. But if Kansas wants to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament, they need their guard play, Frank Jackson and Devontae Graham, and they also need Justin Jackson to play well. Moving on to the other number 1 seed, the Villanova Wildcats, last season's champions, head coach Jay Wright. They didn't have a hangover. They competed at a high level all season, won that Big East regular season as well as the Big East tournament. They have their senior-laden team, Chris Jenkins and Josh Hart, 2 great players. Chris Jenkins, the hero of last season's NCAA Tournament championship game, knocked down that 3-pointer over the Tar Heels as time expired. And Jay Wright found a way for the Villanova Wildcats to play at a high level all year, despite the fact that they won a tournament. They won the championship last year. So hats off and kudos to Jay Wright, man, for keeping his team focused. Because a lot of times, man, you can have a hangover if you do something of significance. And that's a big thing for Villanova to win a championship. That's just like me, winning a office pool and me resting on my laurels and not making the correct picks in my office pool. It's not the same thing, I know. But Jay Wright kept his team focused this season, and they had a big-time year in the Big East. So those are your number 1 seeds. Your number 2 seeds are going to be the Kentucky Wildcats. Hey, Coach